In the last 2.5 years of the Brexit talks, I've spent a lot of time in this pub. But here are 5 golden rules from this phase that could help us out in the next phase. I'll do that one again. God, I'm so out of practice. It's very hard to concentrate in here. No sometimes means maybe. The EU's really tough when it comes to its red lines and its deadlines, right? Well, they are prepared to give ground where they're prepared to give ground. Remember, the withdrawal agreement would never be reopened, and it was. The Ireland deal is set in stone, and it wasn't. The deal has to be done 2 weeks before the summit, and it didn't have to be. That's why it's really important to look for clues for areas where they're prepared to be flexible. Expect the unexpected. Sometimes things that everyone thinks are going to be very hard to sort out are sorted out relatively quickly. Think about the UK's financial obligations. Sometimes things that everyone thinks should be sorted quickly because they should be sorted quickly just aren't. Think about the Irish border. What will surprise us this time? Maybe fishing won't be the big row that everyone thinks it's going to be. You've also got to expect the expected. The EU likes to set out what it wants to achieve well in advance. It's got to, because that's how they keep the member countries all on the same page. They also like doing things that they've done before. So there are only a certain number of ways that each problem can be solved. That's why you've got to read the documents and understand the fiddly processes the EU applies to other countries. Luckily, we're here to do that for you. This is getting really long. Thank you. Cheers. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, negotiate in haste, repent at leisure. Often it seems it's over when it isn't. In December 2017, for example, the British government was celebrating because they'd agreed the outlines of what would become the Brexit deal. But it included pledges on Northern Ireland and the Irish border, which proved very difficult to turn into reality. They're not fully reality even now. Everything leads to something else further down the line. It's an ongoing process. I used to think that was Michel Barnier's way of saying no comment, but actually he was describing the big old combination of personalities, positions, red lines, white lies, mistakes and misunderstandings that make up the Brexit process, which just all shifts over time. And I think only maybe about 3 people understand it all. Oh, and there's one other one. Everyone always says, oh, that's the hard bit done. The next bit's going to be a bit friendlier, a bit easier. It never is.